Everybody is coming on here expecting me to do a full-fledged review of WrestleMania 33. I am going to make an executive decision and say to you all, this is not my official review of WrestleMania 33. There's no physical way. There is no physical way for me to digest and consume everything that we were given tonight and give you guys a fair review. I can't do it. I am thoroughly exhausted. I am mentally drained. This was probably the first WrestleMania ever that went into the wee hours of the next fucking day. I mean, last year we thought was bad. Look at what they did this year. I am drained, guys. I am really drained. I have to be out of here at 10 o'clock in the morning. I need sleep. I was in and around drinking in Orlando all day long. And I came home and I watched the show from the very minute of the pre-show, from 5 o'clock all the way up till fucking when The Undertaker disappeared into the darkness. It's a long night of wrestling, man. It's a long night of wrestling for anybody. You guys get to go to sleep if you want. You can watch this tomorrow morning. It is my job, it's my duty, and it's something that I put a lot of heart and passion into to come on here and be the general in this war and watch every single aspect that is WWE and come on here and give you guys an honest opinion about what we watched. I made an executive decision tonight to not make this the official review. The layout here, obviously it's going to be the official review when I get back to New York tomorrow. I will give you guys an official review. There's just so much going on right now. There's just so much going on up here. And I got no voice. I'm fucking body sore. I'm just going to go over a quick overview of what we've seen tonight. My quick thoughts and opinions about everything. And then you guys can come back and watch me tomorrow when I literally go over the entire card. Okay? And I hope you all understand that. We finally got the answer we were all looking for. The Undertaker is done. The Undertaker is done. I will not, under any circumstances, give you an opinion on what we've seen tonight as far as the match goes. I am not going to judge The Undertaker's career. I'm not going to judge The Undertaker's legacy. I'm not going to judge The Undertaker and what he's done for that company and this business based off that one match. The match was awful. The match was awful. I don't know what match was worse. His match with Triple H last year, Roman Reigns, or this match against The Undertaker. At least last year, he had a healthy Triple H to help lead the match. It was just fucking boring. And we were all exhausted. We were mentally drained. And we kind of knew where they were going with the storyline. We knew Roman Reigns was going to be coronated at WrestleMania 32. Tonight, he was coronated again. And nobody, from the people that I know that were there, nobody was happy about it. Nobody. But it's not even the fact that Vince McMahon doesn't get it. This did nothing for Roman Reigns. I don't give a fuck who you are and what explanation you give me. This did nothing for Roman Reigns. He retired The Undertaker. No, he didn't. The Undertaker should have been retired years ago. People like me are holding on to The Undertaker because he is the last remaining piece of our childhood that was still alive and breathing in that company. While the Austins and the Rocks and the Shawn Michaels and the Ric Flairs, they all fucking retired. Undertaker was still there. Undertaker was still there every single WrestleMania. You know when The Undertaker should have retired? He should have retired after that Hell in a Cell match with Triple H at WrestleMania. That's The last great thing that we seen visually from The Undertaker. Him standing right next to Shawn Michaels and Triple H as they're breaking that fourth wall, and they collectively just take it all in at the same time. That closing moment when they were walking up the ramp, that's when The Undertaker should have retired. At that point, he already retired Shawn Michaels. That should have been his goodbye. I'm not going to base anything on what The Undertaker has done from this match. It was forced. The emotion. And they got JR for this moment. And kudos to WWE for getting JR in this moment for The Undertaker. I'm assuming The Undertaker had something to do with that. Because if this was The Undertaker's last match, it was going on last. And then when we heard the rumors this past weekend, a couple of days ago, that JR was going to be calling the match, it's not that difficult to piece together. You put one and one together here. All right, Undertaker's match probably going on last. Now they're getting Jim Ross. Possible retirement for The Undertaker. It's not that difficult to figure out. Even Jim Ross couldn't bring this match to life, and JR's fucking great. There was nothing to bring to life with an Undertaker who is already dead. There's nothing to bring to life with Roman Reigns, who has already been dead as far as his character development goes. There's nothing more that you can do, or WWE can't save him. Putting Roman Reigns in the main event against The Undertaker and giving him another closing WrestleMania moment in the main event, another coronation. Happened last year with Triple H, did nothing. Happened this year with The Undertaker, it did nothing. And they're going to do it again with whoever the champion is, and it will do nothing. They will not learn. They will never learn. I'm tired of complaining. But I'm not going to gauge, and I'm not going to determine what The Undertaker is to me based off what we've seen tonight. Everything that happened tonight for the people that were there, that's your WrestleMania. That's your WrestleMania. People that I know that were there were crying. Now, you might think that's fucking foolish. You might think it's a little overwhelming or overboard. But this is The Undertaker. We grew up. Undertaker's like part of our family. And that's the easiest way for me to put it. He's part of our fucking family. And when you see someone like that disappear into the darkness, when you see someone like that walk away and then walk back into the ring, as soon as he started taking those gloves off, as soon as he took that robe off, as soon as he took the hat off, you knew what was coming next. He sealed it when he went over to his fucking wife and kissed her and then walked up the ramp and slowly disappeared into the darkness with his hand raised. That's your WrestleMania. You will never see that ever again. So for everybody that was there at Camping World Stadium, that's your WrestleMania right there. That's what made the whole show. That was WrestleMania 33. Because we gave thanks to someone who has given us half of his fucking life. And I thought it was a beautiful send-off. Undertaker's old school. Why didn't he announce his retirement? Why wasn't there a tour? You know, I can understand it from a business aspect. WWE can't make money off something that they don't advertise. But with The Undertaker doing what he did tonight, he wanted to go out on his own. And I don't know if you guys seen it. I don't know if you guys seen it at all. But when The Undertaker took his hat off, a huge sigh of relief as he just breathed it in and just let it out. I'm looking at that and I'm saying to myself, Mark Calloway finally has come to grips with, it's over. I can finally now rest in peace. I don't have to do this anymore. And he shouldn't have to do it anymore. Undertaker could barely walk. It's sad to see The Undertaker trying to force himself through another match when the guy can barely fucking move. He needs hip replacement surgery. He's already told Vince McMahon, it's been reported that if he gets hip replacement surgery, he's never coming back again. That's it. It's over. So The Undertaker's go home tonight. The Undertaker's retirement. Something that will live in the memories of everybody that was in Camping World Stadium tonight. And we have had the absolute pleasure and the honor of watching him as we grew up through childhood into our early adult life. Some of you older than I am. Watching probably the greatest ever. You know? And it was a long 6 hours. It was an excruciating 6 hours. An exhausting 6 hours. But to see Mark Calloway and The Undertaker character finally just call it a career made the whole show. Not going to base the overall rating on that, but that made the whole show. And I would be lying to you if I told you I did not tear up. Because The Undertaker, like I said, is just as much a part of my life as anybody in my family. That was the last remaining piece of my childhood, now gone. And we all witnessed it tonight. Amazing moment, emotional moment, something that will be remembered forever. And I wish him the best. God bless him. And I just want him to live a happy, healthy life in the years after his career. That's all I could say about that. What else did we see tonight as far as WrestleMania goes? Quick thoughts. I don't want to go over the show. I honestly don't have the energy in me to go over this entire show. I don't. I can't do it. WrestleMania itself, it honestly gets bigger and bigger and bigger every year. You know, they might have not had 100,000 people like they did last year or anywhere close to that this year. They had 75,000. But you got to give it to WWE, man. I mean, I honestly wish they put more emphasis and more effort into building a good card like they do the fucking set. I mean, that WrestleMania set, man. I don't know how it was for everybody in attendance tonight. That was fucking unbelievable, dude. The whole set was just absolutely fucking mind-blowingly gorgeous. It was gorgeous. The ramp was a little too long. You know, thank God they spared us The Undertaker and his entrance. They had him come up through the floor and only have him walk halfway. If he walked the entire thing, we would still be watching the fucking show right now. But the set was gorgeous, man. The intros, the entrances, everything was like fucking mind-blowingly on top of their game. WWE is absolutely tremendous in the production of what a WrestleMania is, how it comes off on television. I'm sure you guys had a blast being in the stadium with that beautiful set. It was a take on the Universal Studios Globe. Instead of saying Universal Studios, it was WrestleMania. And that long ramp and the entrances that we seen from several tonight. One that really stuck out tonight was Randy Orton's. For some odd reason. I know we had the Triple H's and the Seth Rollins had a great entrance. But Randy Orton stuck out to me for some reason, man. It was just a beautiful aerial shot of the whole arena. And as Randy Orton was walking down, there was the whole aisleway was like LED. And as he was walking, there was a fucking snake following his path as he was walking down the ramp. It was fucking beautiful. We had Seth Rollins come out. He looked like a fucking gladiator. Something out of Gladiator, you know. Or I seen Joe posted something on Twitter that he was the same color. He came out looking like the fucking old school NES Zelda cartridge, man. Came out in this beautiful fucking gold outfit. Had like wings on the tights. I think he had wings on the boots too, but it was fucking beautiful, man. Everybody's wardrobe, everybody's entrance was just fucking on top of their game tonight. But Seth Rollins had this intro where he came out where he had this torch. He had a torch lit on fire, put it on the ground, and you see the entire aisleway light up in fucking fire. And Triple H is already standing in a ring with Stephanie McMahon, and the LED boards on the ring light up in fire. It was fucking great. Just beautifully done, aesthetically very pleasing. Triple H had a great entrance. Had cop cars usher him to the ring as he came down on a motorcycle. On a motorcycle with Stephanie McMahon dressed in very, very tight leather, which I'm assuming a lot of you guys really enjoyed. She looked fantastic. Triple H looked fantastic at his age. You could tell a lot of hard work goes into preparing a Triple H match. He came down on a motorcycle with his wife, and it looked fantastic. It was just great. Very aesthetically pleasing. Naomi had her entrance in the night. It was great. You know, Bray Wyatt had his entrance in the night. And I think WWE specifically saved those for the end of the show because of the whole ambiance that their entrance, gives away and gives off. We had the Hardys, which I'll talk about in a second. They were probably, besides The Undertaker retirement, the best thing on their show. And that's not a surprise to anybody, but I have a lot to say about that. Another thing, before we get into the Hardys, another thing that I did not like about this show is the fact that, yes, it was long. Yes, it was 6 hours. But the match order is very, very crucial to a WWE Wrestlemania show. What the fuck was what was with that match order? I mean, I don't understand. I kind of understand why you would start the show off with an AJ Styles Shane McMahon match, because that was legitimately going to be the Daredevil match. That was going to be the match with the most high risk, and it was going to get people fucking going crazy. And that's exactly what it did. But to put that on first, and then everything else that followed, I mean, I really don't get. I don't get. Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, they went on 2 matches from the top. The SmackDown Live Women's Championship went on after Lesnar and Goldberg. And then Reigns and Undertaker were the main event. Which I don't necessarily agree with, but after what we've seen tonight, I'm not really going to fucking complain about it. That's why they did it. That's why they put it on last. And rightfully so. Not because of Reigns, but because of what we've seen with The Undertaker. It was his night. It was his night. But the match order was awful. The match order was just completely out of whack. Completely. I could have came up with a much better flowing card if you gave me the power to do so. I would have not started the show off with Shane McMahon, AJ Styles. And the SmackDown Women's Championship match, everybody was bitching and complaining. How come it's on the pre-show? After what we've seen tonight, it probably should have been on the pre-show. It would have been given more attention if it was on the pre-show. So look at what we got instead of it being on the pre-show. You guys wanted it on the main show? WWE was strapped for fucking time. For whatever reason, they're on the network. They could do whatever the fuck they want. But it was just, completely out of whack. A lot of these matches felt rushed. That's another thing I didn't like. A lot of these matches felt rushed, man. I don't know what it is with WrestleMania, but why does everything feel so fucking rushed? I don't understand that. Like, matches tonight ended suddenly. Jericho Owens ended suddenly. Triple H and Seth Rollins ended suddenly. Like, I expected something else to happen, and it's like, that's it? That's all I got. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, 6 months, 7 months of build that was intriguing and very interesting ends suddenly. The match that we were given tonight for the WWE Championship, it totally did not live up to what the build for this match was. That's something I have a problem with. Bray Wyatt losing the WWE Championship? Yeah, because Randy Orton is really going to carry SmackDown Live as a babyface world champion. How great did that go over last time? It didn't. Randy Orton didn't need to win the world championship. Bray Wyatt didn't even have a fucking run with the title, and you're taking it off of him. Who made that decision? What a shit move. One of the most dumbest things I've seen all night. Bray Wyatt losing the WWE Championship. How was he given a fair shot? You took us on a 7-month journey through this storyline for Bray Wyatt to lose at WrestleMania? Come on, man. Seriously. Bill Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. I'm not going to shit on the match. You guys are probably expecting me to shit on the fucking match. I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I could probably turn this into the review, but I don't know what else to talk about. Lesnar and Goldberg. What did you expect? The Undertaker's entrance was longer than the entire fucking match. And he only came down halfway the ramp. Imagine if he was walking the whole ramp. Lesnar and Goldberg, it is what it is. I don't like it for the reasons that they are two part-timers. But WWE needs to make their money. More people are going to associate with a Brock Lesnar and a Bill Goldberg than Sami Zayn and all the other guys I want pushed, which is understandable. I can sit here and be a fucking smart mark all I want. I understand why they do it. I don't have to be happy with it. I don't have to like it. But I understand it. I'm not a fucking goon who doesn't understand it. The build for Lesnar and Goldberg, you can't get any better than that. They booked Bill Goldberg perfectly. Perfectly. It was predictable. In the end, after all of this, it was one of the most predictable endings I think I've ever seen for a fucking wrestling match. But it worked. There was no other way to book him. I would have had him lose at Survivor Series, but Vince McMahon has other ideas. What am I going to do? But it was booked perfectly. Tonight's match, I expected worse, to be honest with you. I honestly did. Goldberg took 10 German suplexes. 10 German suplexes. Yes, the entire match was nothing but 10 German suplexes and 4 spears, even a spear through the barricade, an F5, a jackhammer, and that was it. If you're expecting a fucking Kenny Omega 6-star classic, look elsewhere, bro. The match went 4 minutes and change. About 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Did it do what it needed to do? Yes. Was it impactful? Yes. Did it get a pop from the crowd? Yes. Did they give us a better match than their last debacle at WrestleMania 20? Absolutely. Because the match was booked to both of their strengths. Lesnar is out to kill. Goldberg is a 2-move WWE superstar. If you expect to see Goldberg doing a fucking wrist lock and a fucking figure 4, you're not watching WWE and Goldberg for the right reasons. I was okay with the way this match came off. I really was. I thought it did its job. Like I said, it was impactful. A little too predictable, but Brock Lesnar won the WWE Universal Championship. What else did you expect? I don't like it. I'm not for it, but I'm not going to hate on it because it made sense. The way they were booked up until this point and the match that we were given tonight made sense. I am not one for part-timers in main events, especially beating a guy like Kevin Owens in 22 seconds, but how else are you going to do it if that's what they wanted to do? Tonight, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. It worked. Not going to hate on it because, like I said, it worked. Brock Lesnar is the Universal Champion. The other thing I wanted to talk about is Matt and Jeff Hardy. Matt and Jeff Hardy, we've come to know them as Broken Matt and Brother Nero, come back to the WWE. There were rumors going around that a limo, a WWE licensed vehicle, picked them up immediately after their Broken Tailgate party. People took that as, oh, look, they're coming back, they're returning, they're going to be at WrestleMania. Some others kind of just brushed off the rumors and be like, WWE's being courteous. They're right outside the stadium, and they offered the Hardys a ride. But it is what it is. I expected them to be in the company either tonight or tomorrow. I would have preferred tomorrow because I thought the Broken thing would have been fucking unbelievably over on Monday Night Raw. We get Gallows and Anderson. We get Enzo and Cass and Sheamus and Cesaro in a triple threat Raw Tag Team title match, ladder match. Ladder match was brought into the fray about a week ago, since the Go Home show. Everybody was like, this would be the perfect match to debut Matt and Jeff in. I even reported on Off the Script, Part 2, that Matt and Jeff possibly could win the WWE Raw Tag Team titles, and that's exactly what happened tonight. I don't want to burst anybody's bubble. I don't want to be here and say something that you're going to fucking just nail me for. I'm going to flat out tell you guys. Was it the second best moment of the night? Yes. Because The Undertaker retiring trumps all. If you're talking about, strategically from a WrestleMania in-ring standpoint, yes, the Hardys were the best thing on this show. I don't want anybody to take it the wrong way. I am not upset that the Hardys came back as Team Extreme. I'm not. I am so happy that they're back. I am so happy to see Matt fucking as over as he is. I am happy to see Jeff as over as he is fucking 20 years later. Honestly, without a real major injury from what they've done in the ring and how reckless they could be or have been. I'm so happy that they're back. I loved every minute of that. That music, I loved how enthusiastic they were. I love how excited they were. I love the reaction of everybody in that fucking crowd because they lost their fucking minds. Delete chants all over the place. There was just Broken Universe chants throughout that match because that's what we know about the Hardys right now. That's what they do. But I'm also not going to bullshit you and tell you that a part of me is very, and I mean very, very, very disappointed that they did not come out as Broken Matt and Brother Nero. Now, it could be that WWE doesn't want to use the Broken gimmick yet. Their Expedition of Gold has procured the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. And then on Monday, they will turn Broken. I don't know. Maybe they wanted the Team Extreme thing to cater to the casuals at WrestleMania. I don't know what their reasoning is. But it would be foolish for WWE not to capitalize and market and merchandise the Broken Universe. Why wouldn't you want to? Easily, number one in that company would be Matt and Jeff in merchandise. Easily, with the Broken stuff. I mean, they could be number one, number two, just the way they are now with Team Extreme, but even more so with the Broken Universe. Not everybody enjoys the Broken Universe. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But it's what they've done. What happened with the Dudleys when the Dudleys came back? What happened with the Dudleys? They went nowhere. They went nowhere. Instead of utilizing Bully Ray and using Bubba as Bully Ray, they felt, okay, we'll do this nostalgia act. I thought they were coming back to pretty much invigorate the tag team division. And what happened? WWE used the Dudleys as jobbers. Jobbers. I don't want the same fate for Matt and Jeff. I don't. The nostalgia act will wear thin. If you see Matt and Jeff on a weekly basis, the way they are now, people will be like, yeah, the Hardys. It will wear away. The Broken thing has been going for 2 years now, and it's somehow getting more popular. I mean, the Hardys, from what I seen at WrestleCon and any other fucking place I've seen the Hardys, whether I was with Joe in Fall River or I was with him this weekend at WrestleCon. I mean, WrestleCon was 6 hours. And the Hardys had every fucking person there to see them and get an autograph or a picture. Up until about the 5th hour. And then they got out of there. It's over. It works. It will work in the WWE. So, for me to sit here and tell you that I am not utterly disappointed they did not come out as Broken Matt and Brother Nero, whatever the case may be. I didn't hate on the match. I didn't hate on their return. People misconstruing my words and fucking putting words into my mouth again. I didn't hate it. I loved every fucking minute of it. Thrilled. But Team Extreme, to me, is nothing but a nostalgia act. Team Extreme, to me, is the old guard. Matt has put a lot of work into his character, and it's over. It's intriguing. It's funny. It works. Broken Matt and the Broken Universe is a revival of his career. And I want to see Matt and what made him successful in the last 2 years in the WWE. I don't want to see the Matt that people threw to the wayside and wanted to see Jeff more over than Matt. I don't want to see Team Extreme anymore. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I don't want to see the Hardys because I love the Hardys. But I want to see Matt take what he's worked so hard at and achieve it on a grander level here with the Broken Universe. I don't know what the trademark issue is. I heard that Rebby owns it. I heard that Matt owns it. It's legal to the Hardy family. They own all aspects of the Broken Universe. Maybe they become broken. Maybe people are seeing them now and WWE is going to ease us into the Broken Universe. I don't know. But for that split second, from what I know of Matt and what I've become so in love with his character, to see him come out without the accent, without the Broken Universe, it was a little disappointing, man. And yes, he did. He continued. He did delete. He did the delete. People were chanting delete. He did the whole thing. But for him to not come out with the piano and the robe and the whole shtick, and without the accent, it was a little disappointing, man. I got to be perfectly honest with you. But they won the tag team titles. They won the tag team championships. Great fucking match, too. A little short. I wanted to go a little longer, but Matt can still move. I'm glad he's still fucking going hard, man. Jeff goes back to the WWE, man. He finds the biggest ladder that he fucking can. He jumps off of it, and he goes through a ladder that's laying below. I mean, you gotta love it, man. It's a WrestleMania moment, and people fucking went crazy for it. I'm just a little disappointed that what we see with Matt now wasn't taken and given to us at WrestleMania. Hopefully, we do see it. I'm hoping for a Broken Universe in the WWE, and I just don't want them to go down the same road and suffer the same fate that the Dudleys did in WWE. Because you know how WWE gets with these nostalgia acts. They'll bring them in and they'll fucking waste them away. But hopefully WWE has bigger plans here, that they brought the Hardys back and gave them the tag team championships. They didn't do that with the Dudleys. So I'm hoping here for something wonderful to happen. So we'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw. I think that's all I'm going to talk about right now. I don't want to go too long, man. I am literally exhausted. It's 1 o'clock. I still got to upload this. Was it better than WrestleMania 32? Yes. Anything was better than WrestleMania 32. It was worthy of the grandiose, spectacular that is WrestleMania. Everything just felt rushed. I wish WWE would not give us so much. You know, the old saying is quality over quantity. I wish WWE would give us quality to match the quality of the production value that is this spectacular. I feel like some of these matches just don't live up to their expectation. I mean, take the fucking Miz and John Cena, for example. That was a great build. And the match ended like it was a fucking dud. It was a fucking dud. We all knew that John Cena was going to be engaged to Nikki Bella eventually. They did it tonight. But how can anyone feel pleased with what they've seen? I mean, the way they did it with that, it was coming off as like the most important thing on the fucking show. But when we see the final product, it doesn't match what we've seen in the build. But then again, the build was only 4 fucking weeks. Are we expecting a fucking 30-minute match between The Miz and John Cena? Of course not. I just felt like everything was rushed. Things just came out of nowhere, ended suddenly. You know, the big surprise of the Hardys was fantastic. Shane versus AJ was fantastic. The match order was out of whack. I mean, it was all over the place. It really was all over the place. Questionable outcomes. Baron Corbin did not win the Intercontinental Championship. Don't know what the fuck they're doing with that. I really don't understand why he didn't win the Intercontinental Championship. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Rob Gronkowski helps Mojo Rawley win the fucking Battle Royal. Braun Strowman gets fucked again. Mojo Rawley is a fucking waste. We'll talk about this on the full-fledged review. Really. I just wanted to go over my thoughts on that and give you guys just off the top of my head, you know, instant reaction to WrestleMania. I can't sit here and go over match by match by match. I'll do that tomorrow for you guys. It'll be a full-fledged review, I promise you. Hopefully we get a good turnout for that. But WrestleMania 33, man, and you know, you either loved it or you hated it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it was a bad show. WrestleMania, it's a grand experience. This weekend for me was my experience, and I loved every fucking minute of it. Meeting everybody and going to WrestleCon and going to Access and having Joe here and, you know, just everything that came about from this weekend. I wasn't there physically like some of you guys might have been, but the experience of Orlando was a great thing for me. The show itself, you know, everybody asks me, JD, what's your least favorite WrestleMania? What's your favorite WrestleMania? I don't really care for WrestleMania. I honestly think WrestleMania is just overhyped fucking garbage every year. It never lives up. What we see in the ring never lives up to what the event is. It's a celebration of WWE. That's all it is. And WWE tries to outdo themselves every year. But I just wish the fucking in-ring action was on par with the production value of this show. And it's seemingly every single year we don't get anywhere close to that. You know? One match out of 15 is not going to leave me, you know, with an ultimate thrill ride. AJ versus Shane was probably the best fucking match tonight. But one match out of 15 ain't going to do the job, bro. You know? A Hardy Boys reemergence in WWE is not going to make an entire show. Especially one that's 6 hours. Tonight was The Undertaker's night. Give thanks and give respect to Mark Calloway for doing what he's done for us all these years. And tonight was his night. No matter if no man gains, Roman Reigns, you know, won in just fucking sloppy, uneventful, fucking anticlimactic fashion. You know, no matter how many times WWE wants to fucking force this guy down our throat continuously, it was all about The Undertaker tonight. It really was. And I will go over the match itself and every other match on this show tomorrow. I'll be flying back to New York, and you guys will have a full-fledged review. Okay? I promise. But those are my initial thoughts. And that's WrestleMania 33. Let me know what you guys think about everything. What was your highlight? What did you think of the main event? What did you think of the fucking ridiculous conclusion to that Battle Royal? What did you think of the Hardys? Are you slightly disappointed that they didn't come out with the Broken Universe? What did you think of Lesnar and Goldberg? What did you think of Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton? You know, I didn't even go over the women's match because I just genuinely didn't care. Another match that just ended suddenly. You know, just very anticlimactic. Very anticlimactic. We'll go over all that stuff. I gotta pack my bags. I gotta fucking get to sleep. I gotta fly out of here tomorrow. So I hopefully you guys enjoyed this little overview of WrestleMania 33. Full-fledged review tomorrow. If you did, hit that thumbs up. I got more videos coming. If you missed anything on the channel, please check the channel, man. There's vlogs, simulations for WrestleMania 33. It's there, man. So let me know what you guys are thinking, and I will see you right back here tomorrow for my full-fledged review of WrestleMania 33. I'm JD. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll talk to you later.